Hey guys, this is Locke. Today I'm going to be going over my guild battle formation using King Mont. So this is the team that I'm using. I've had pretty good success with it, when testing anyway. In the actual battle, for some reason, it seems to not actually go as I do in mock battles, but overall, I've been having good luck, good results with it. So let me just go over my team. I'm going to start with King Mont. I have him on these two passives, the Destiny of Leonis and the Nightblade Mastery passive. The reason for that is because usually I tend to use the +1 move jump passive, but I don't actually need him to go too far ahead in guild battle because it's more of a team versus team uh, fight, and I don't actually need him to go too far ahead with the setup that I have. Um, so that's why I have switched over to the Nightblade Mastery instead to increase his attack and accuracy rate in case he meets up with somebody that has like Shadowcast or something, so that it gives him an extra boost to be able to hit the opponents. So as you notice, I'm actually using a weapon as his TMR because I would like to use two different um, uh, equipment that is not a weapon in the normal slots. So I'm using the Platinum Helm, which gives him the 10% slash resist, a lot of spirit, and 4 defense, and a lot of HP as well. And I've also given him the Defense Bracer. The reason for this is because I really like the Disable Resist. There are so many units that have Disable now, and it gives him 16 defense. So it's a good to have a piece with high defense and a piece with high spirit, and then it gives him a little bit of HP. The other stats are not that great, but these are the main things that I'm using it for: defense and disable resist. The 25 missile resist is nice, but I don't think it's that useful for Guild War because I'm not seeing too many missile attackers. And then the passive, sorry, not the passive, the skills that I have on. So I have basically almost everything on here except for Mercy's Grace in the main job. And in the sub job, again, I have most of these things on except for the double resist. So basically, I've turned off the passives that make him run towards his allies. Um, and then I have for Yuna, I basically have everything turned on here, really. I mean, for the Guild Battle thing, I have everything turned on, including like full life and everything. I have in under the sub job also, I have everything turned on, including nimble movement. Um, and I also have her LB turned on as well. Basically, I'm using everything for Yuna. For Titus, um, I'm pretty sure I have everything turned on here as well. Yep, this is turned on. Yes, everything is pretty much turned on, including Saintly Wall. Yep. Oh, this is the only thing I turn it off because I would prefer him using a different buff than Divine Grace when he's running towards his allies. So that's the setup. I see that there's a lot of slash attack units, so that's why I've given her Solidus because I want the slash resistance, especially because this Guild War is encouraging people to use slash attack units because it increases their attack. Actually, before I say that, let me just double check and make sure that that's actually the case because I'm pretty sure, but it's always good to confirm. So this map gives, yep, raises slash attack and raises magic attack resistance. So that's a double reason actually why I have Solidus on Yuna instead of Bahamut. Because if I use Bahamut, I'm expecting her to do a lot of damage. But because everybody has, a high magic resistance, this damage, the extra damage that she does, is actually going to be less effective. Whereas since everyone is most likely to be using slash attack, by putting an across the board 20% slash resistance, I find that's really um, helpful to my team. On top of that, it also increases Yuna's survivability a little bit by giving her an extra 25%. She is there mainly as a supporting character using her healing spells, her re-rise spells, her full life spells. The attack, the damage that she does is like secondary. That's why I'm using her in this build. So let's just take a look at King Mont's stats. He has 8,300 HP at level 115. I've raised his bravery up to 97 now. His agility is on the low side, but that's okay for this build. You will see how it works. There's actually two different variations of how this could go, and I'm going to show you both. His defense is great at 59. If I get him to level 120, I could probably get him in range to use his proclamation skill and then his level 120 skill, but I don't have that right now, so he actually goes one turn without using any buffs, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't want him to run backwards and use like the Mercy's Grace or something. So what I have right now is actually really good the way that he's working. I'm quite happy with it. But anyway, now I'm going to go and show you the battle. So there are two different variations that my team can go, and I'm going to show you both of them. This is the first one, where as you will see, my enemy runs towards me, so this will give an opportunity for my units to press on. So the general way this battle goes is that Titus runs forward and uses Saintly Wall the very first turn. And the second turn, Titus is generally not in a range to attack anybody because of where the unit starts, so he will run backwards and he will cast Hastega on King Mont. And this is kind of why I'm okay with my King Mont having low agility. First of all, he gets a agility boost from using his proclamation skill. And secondly, he also gets Hastega. So with that, I'm okay with him only having 77 agility. That's not really a problem. The reason I want Yuna to have nimble movement and re-raise is so that she stays an extra turn back. She doesn't run forward and gets like AoE down or something. And again, I kind of really want her to just use her healing spells, so I'm okay with her staying in the back. As you can see, my King Mont has quite a big, like, defensive capabilities on himself is quite huge. I am fighting level 120 units, and even with slash down, Gilgamesh only did, like 1,000 something damage. But Gilgamesh also is an ice type, so I'm not expecting him to do huge damage, but you can see how my team kind of works. I have King Mont only at 50 Faith, so I don't expect him to get too many status effects off, but I also don't expect him to get, like, stopped all the time either. He is also wearing Golem's Esper, which gives him stop resistance. He's wearing disability resistance, and he has confusion. No, he has innate stop resistance. Golem gives him confusion resist, and he also has a disability resist from the armor he's wearing, the defense bracer. So I think he's covered on most of the status effects fronts. Now we can take a look at how much damage magical damage will do. So it does a lot of damage to Titus, but it only did about 2,400 damage to King Mont. Keep in mind that he also has a little bit of extra magic resistance just from the guild battle setup, like from the map. But I feel that for his survivability, his tanking purposes, I feel like this setup is pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. This battle goes quite well, as you can see. Yuna gets re-raised, but my team is able to easily take her out. Now I'm going to show you the second way this battle might go. So King Mont obviously has a good, defenses against slash attack, but he has a negative resistance to strike. So I thought this was a good team to show off. And also, my enemy team runs backwards. So this is the second variation of how my setup would go. So as you can see, the first move, everyone goes, according to plan. The second move, also everybody kind of does what I expected them to. It's the third turn that's a little bit of a variation. And I'm okay with that. So again, so the second turn, Titus runs back. He starts casting Hastega. Everything is the same until now. But it's Titus's next turn that's different, because Titus doesn't have anybody in range to attack. So he doesn't actually run forward, he runs backwards. So King Mont goes forward, Yuna starts casting nimble movement. Now Titus goes back, and well, actually he doesn't go back. It's the very turn after that, sorry. It's the fourth turn that's different, not the third turn. So in the third turn, both of them, he used cheer in this one and the previous setup. It's this turn that's different. He runs back and uses cheer on Yuna. I'm okay with this variation as well. The reason for this is because Titus now has an opportunity to use his keys as TMR. So King Mont, I built him to be very tanky, that I'm okay with him staying alone and not having any damaging support, so that everybody kind of comes together and he's okay by himself for a little bit, but Titus, when he comes back, he's going to be able to do so much damage because he has cheer, he has Hastega, he has keys as bells. He can continuously keep doing a lot of damage. He just takes a little bit longer to get into the fight. That's the only downside to this setup. And I'm pretty much okay with it, really. Also, the other thing to notice here was that my King Mont was able to take 2 hits from Kiza and not die. So I was pretty happy with that. He has Odin for the single target resist, and then he's also wearing the Pod 153 for 8% single target resist. So that's really what helped with that, in my opinion. And then he got a lucky stun here. Maybe he might have lost if if I didn't get that stun. I'm not sure, but so I don't know. I mean, this is probably the of the two setups I have, I prefer the first one where the enemy comes towards me and Titus doesn't go back. But if my enemy has it set up like this is how it works out, and I'm kind of okay with it right now. If I can figure out a way to make it better, I would probably try to do that, but this one is okay for now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you ideas. This is my setup. Let me know what you guys think and how you guys have it set up. I'm open to hearing more ideas on King Mont and how to use them. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Take care now. Thanks for listening.